The crystal chandeliers above the Ashford mansion glittered like stars as America's wealthiest families gathered for the engagement dinner of billionaire CEO Nathan Ashford and socialite Vanessa Collins. Champagne flowed. Violins played softly. Every guest wore a smile, except one little girl. 7-year-old Lily sat quietly beside her mother, Maria, the mansion's longtime housekeeper. Maria had spent 12 years serving the Ashford family with loyalty. She had polished every marble floor, prepared countless holiday dinners, and silently watched generations of millionaires come and go. Tonight, Nathan himself had insisted she bring Lily. "You've taken care of this family for years," he'd told her warmly. "Tonight, you're our guest." Maria almost cried hearing those words. But not everyone appreciated Nathan's kindness. Vanessa Collins believed wealth determined a person's worth. The moment she noticed Maria and Lily sitting near the back of the dining room, irritation flashed across her perfectly made-up face. She leaned toward one of her wealthy friends. "Why is the maid eating with the guests?" she whispered. The women giggled. Nathan was busy greeting business partners and never heard a word. Lily nervously held her tiny fork. She had never seen such beautiful decorations. Gold candles, fresh roses, elegant silver plates. Everything looked like something from a fairy tale. Maria squeezed her daughter's hand. "Remember your manners, sweetheart." Lily nodded with a shy smile. "Yes, Mommy." As dinner was served, Vanessa slowly walked toward their table. The room became strangely quiet. Everyone sensed trouble. Vanessa looked at Lily from head to toe. The little girl's dress was clean but simple. Nothing designer. Nothing expensive. Vanessa forced a smile. "Sweetheart, are you sure you know how to use these forks?" Several guests laughed. Lily looked down, embarrassed. Maria immediately answered. "She's learning." Vanessa ignored her. She picked up the crystal wine glass. "This glass alone costs more than your monthly salary." The laughter grew louder. Maria's cheeks burned with humiliation. "I'm sorry if we're making anyone uncomfortable," she said softly. "Maybe we should leave." Vanessa smiled proudly. "I think that's best." Just then, Nathan's grandmother, Evelyn Ashford, entered the dining room. At 80 years old, Evelyn was the true heart of the Ashford family. Everyone respected her. She noticed Maria standing. "Where are you going?" Maria hesitated. "Mrs. Collins thinks." Vanessa interrupted. "I simply believe formal events should remain appropriate." Evelyn slowly looked around the room. Then at Lily. The child was trying not to cry. Without saying a word, Evelyn walked straight toward her. To everyone's surprise, she knelt beside Lily. "My dear," Evelyn whispered gently, "would you come sit beside me?" The entire room froze. Vanessa couldn't believe what she was seeing. "Grandmother," Nathan said quietly. Evelyn smiled. "This little girl belongs beside people with good hearts." Lily carefully moved beside the elderly woman. For the first time that evening, she smiled. Vanessa rolled her eyes. "She's just the maid's daughter." Evelyn slowly turned toward her. "Is she?" There was something unusual in Evelyn's voice. Something almost emotional. Maria looked terrified. "Mrs. Ashford." Evelyn gently touched Lily's hair. Her eyes filled with tears. She had seen those same deep blue eyes once before. Many years ago. The exact same eyes. The exact same smile. The exact same tiny birthmark behind her left ear. A memory she had buried for 7 long years suddenly came rushing back. She looked at Maria. "We need to talk." Maria's face turned pale. She knew this moment would come someday. She just never imagined it would happen here, in front of America's richest families. Vanessa laughed impatiently. "Honestly, this is becoming ridiculous." Evelyn slowly stood. Then she said the words that made every fork stop moving. "That child is not who you think she is." The room fell completely silent. Nathan stared at his grandmother. "What do you mean?" Evelyn looked directly into Lily's innocent eyes. Then at Maria. "Tell them the truth." Maria's hands trembled. Tears rolled down her cheeks. For 7 years, she had protected a secret that could change the Ashford family forever. And tonight, the truth was finally ready to come out. Nathan looked from his grandmother to Maria, his heartbeat pounding louder than the stunned silence filling the room. "Tell us," he said gently. "Whatever this is, You don't have to be afraid anymore." Maria couldn't speak. Her hands shook as years of fear, guilt, and sacrifice crashed over her. "Finally," she whispered, "I never wanted to lie." Vanessa crossed her arms. "Oh, wonderful. Now we're getting a bedtime story." Nathan shot her a sharp look. "Enough." For the first time that evening, Vanessa fell silent. Evelyn stepped beside Maria and placed a comforting hand on her shoulder. "You're safe," she said softly. Maria took a deep breath. 7 years ago, your younger brother Daniel and his wife Emma were driving home during a terrible snowstorm. Nathan's face changed instantly. His brother's accident had been the darkest day in the Ashford family's history. They were bringing their newborn daughter home from the hospital. Maria continued. The rescue team believed no one survived. Several guests gasped. Nathan whispered, "The baby." Maria nodded through tears. "I found her." The room fell silent again. I was driving behind them after finishing work. Their car had gone into a frozen creek. Daniel and Emma were gone, but I heard a baby crying. Nathan covered his mouth. I pulled her from the wreck before the car disappeared beneath the ice. Vanessa frowned. "That's impossible." The police searched everywhere. "They did," Maria replied. "But by then I was already gone." Nathan stared in disbelief. "Why would you leave?" Maria lowered her head. "Because someone was already looking for her." Confused murmurs spread across the room. "There was another car parked nearby," Maria explained. "I heard 2 men saying that if the Ashford baby disappeared, the family's company would fall into the wrong hands." Evelyn nodded slowly. "I always suspected Daniel's crash wasn't an accident," Maria continued. "I knew if they discovered the baby was alive, they would kill her." Nathan felt his knees weaken. "So you hit her?" "Yes. I changed her name. I raised her as my own daughter. I never spent a single dollar from the Ashford family. I only wanted her to stay alive." Lily looked up at Maria with tears in her eyes. "You knew all this time?" Maria hugged her tightly. "Every day, sweetheart. I wanted to tell you when you were older. You deserved a normal childhood." Nathan knelt in front of Lily. His eyes filled with tears. "So, you're my niece." The little girl looked confused. "Does that mean I have a family?" Nathan smiled through his tears. "You always did." Without hesitation, he wrapped both Maria and Lily in a hug. Around the room, guests quietly wiped away tears. Only Vanessa remained expressionless. Finally, she scoffed. "So she's an Ashford. Fine. That still doesn't make the Maid special." Every head turned toward her. Nathan slowly stood. His voice was calm, but colder than anyone had ever heard. "The woman you call the Maid risked her life to save my brother's child. She gave up comfort, recognition, and wealth. She protected our family when we couldn't protect ourselves." He looked directly into Vanessa's eyes. "And you couldn't even show a little girl basic kindness." Vanessa forced an awkward laugh. "Nathan, don't overreact. I'm your fiancé." Nathan quietly removed the diamond engagement ring from his finger. The entire ballroom froze. "No," he said. "You were." Vanessa's face turned white. "You can't be serious." "I've never been more serious." He placed the ring on the table. "I can build another company if I lose my fortune. I can earn back every dollar. But I will never build a life with someone who measures human value by money." Nobody moved. Nobody spoke. Vanessa looked around, hoping someone would defend her. No one did. Ashamed, she grabbed her purse and walked toward the exit. Before opening the door, she glanced back. The little girl she had mocked was surrounded by love. For the first time, Vanessa understood what money could never buy. Weeks later, the Ashford family officially recognized Lily as Daniel and Emma's daughter. Nathan offered Maria a luxury home, financial security, and every reward she had earned. She smiled gratefully, but made one request. "I don't need a mansion. I only want Lily to know she was raised with love." Nathan honored her wish. Maria became the director of the Ashford Children's Foundation, helping orphaned and abandoned children across the country. Lily visited schools and charities with her uncle, reminding every child that family is built through love, courage, and sacrifice, not wealth. One afternoon, while planting flowers in the foundation's garden, Lily slipped her small hand into Maria's. "Mom." Maria smiled. "Yes, sweetheart." If I'm an Ashford, can I still call you Mom? Maria's eyes overflowed with tears. Always. Nathan watched from a distance, smiling. In that single moment, he realized the greatest inheritance his family had ever received wasn't their fortune. It was the extraordinary heart of a woman the world had dismissed as just the maid.